Okay, so when you're ready, I'm going to have you take a big breath and press your lips together. There it goes.
Holy mother freaker.
There it goes.
There we go.
Ooh, that was a good one. Got it. There we go. Big breath in and seal off when you're ready. There it goes through. That totally broke through. And that's going to bleed again probably a little bit.
That was amazing.
That broke through.
Yeah, dude.
Good for you. I did the same thing when I was working. So we have Ryan here today. Ryan is actually an old friend of mine. I mean, we've known each other, I don't know how many.
11 years.
11 years.
Yeah.
Okay, I'm glad he did the math because I couldn't even
been a
do
long
the
time.
math.
Yeah.
And actually, I knew your cousin before that.
Yeah. And his wife, who
and
I
his wife,
introduced.
Nicola.
Yeah. And she's in the city right now.
Yeah, so Nicola was, and it still is, a ballerina, but she was at American Ballet Theatre, and I used to work closely with her with injuries. And then she met this guy from Australia named Nick, and married him, and eventually moved to Australia and joined that ballet,
Yes,
right?
now she's a principal down
But Nick's cousin is Ryan, and over the years, Ryan moved to the United States from Australia, and then Nick probably said, "Oh, go to my chiropractor in New York," and that's when I met you 11 years ago.
Yeah.
So that was kind of a quick version of it.
Ever since.
Yeah.
It's been, when I need, it's Doug.
But he'll even come over to my apartment or something and just on a Sunday morning or something and just get a quick adjustment.
Yeah.
What tell us the work that you do, because he's been a busy professional and has a business and a career. So tell us.
Yeah. So I work in film. I model. I run a health and fitness company, and I refer to myself as a heart and health coach because of the importance of being in touch with our heart, so that we can be in
Heart meaning
our heart.
Yeah.
Heart. So we can be in our best heart and health. And I do production and producing and financing for films and writing movies and.
But you've acted in films too, right?
Yeah, many.
Yeah.
Currently filming two TV projects at the moment. One I can't talk about. One I can.
Which one can you talk about?
Which one can't I talk about?
No. Which one are you allowed to talk about?
I'm on Bull right now.
Okay.
CBS Bull.
The TV show Bull.
Yeah.
Okay, that one I guess you're allowed to.
Yes.
You just did. And then didn't you? What was that film that you did?
With Scarlett?
Yeah.
Rough Night. Rough Night with Scarlett.
Rough Night with Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'll put all of his information in the description box below. I'll also put your Instagram handle in the lower third of this so people can see that really easily. Right there in the lower third. And that'll be, you have two Instagrams though, right?
I do, yeah.
So I'll put them both in. What are their names?
Mr. Ryan Cooper and Cooper Fit Official.
Okay, cool. So let's have some fun today. You know, you've never done a YouTube video, but you've done Instagram stuff with me.
Yeah.
So if you dig deep into my Instagram from like a year or two ago, you might find a mini little clip.
We got the shoulder done in that.
Yeah, we did the shoulder.
Yeah.
That might have been, that's going to be 600 posts ago.
Yeah.
So it was a long time ago.
Yeah.
So you'd have to dig back that deep to find it.
Yeah.
But let's do this. And you do like the Y-strap type of, he always, even before I was doing Y-strap, he would tell me, can you just traction my neck?
Yeah.
Because for your neck to really release, it needed to be traction first. Yeah. You can't just adjust his neck without pulling away from it because it would just pinch more.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
So let's start with you face down.
Sure.
And we're going to work into to this, and we're also going to do the cranial technique today.
Great.
Okay?
Thank you.
So let me expand these armrests, and so we'll get a little stretch on your lower back. So you're going to lie face down, and we're going to do a whole thing for you today. We're going to do everything we know how to do.
You legend.
Boy, I try. Put your arms here. How many episodes of Bull will you get to be on?
We've got three minimum at the moment.
That's
So,
nice. What type of character do you play?
Um,
Here, turn this way.
I mean, it's it's someone who's being investigated for a murder.
So you're potentially a bad guy.
You got to watch the episodes.
All right, I will.
It's essentially it's a law procedural, and it's quite heartfelt. I've actually really enjoyed it.
Yeah. The lead guy seems really fun. Is he?
Yeah, he's a lovely guy. Yeah, Michael.
Where's he from? Is he American?
He's American. Yeah.
You never know these days.
Actually,
a lot of people
honestly, I don't know. He seems to be living here.
Yeah. Every
Well,
once
that's
in
a
a
good
while, I'm
spot,
watching a
yeah.
TV show, and I'm like, well, that guy's definitely American. And then I see him interviewed on YouTube or something.
Yeah.
And he's from Australia or the
Uh-huh.
UK or somewhere else. And that's always fun.
That's a good spot, mate.
Right in
there,
here,
yeah.
right? And the table is pulling away a little bit at the same time. Let me increase the speed. So here's just a good spot here.
What is that spot there?
So we're just at the bottom of the rib cage. So the ribs end right here. I'm right at L1, and that's the beginning of the quadratus lumborum. Luckily, I knew the answer to your question.
I was just testing it. I know it was the
Thank you.
QL.
So the QL is what everybody calls it.
Yeah.
QL is the common name.
It was for the people at home.
But I tried a little
It's
Latin.
called the leading question. The jury's out. Right in there. That's good. Tighten it.
Yeah, tighten here. But you can still feel a little stretching down here, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
All right, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to turn this off. We're going to have you lie on your back next. I want to feel some of these neck muscles. There you go.
Tight.
Yeah.
Much leaner than last time that I came in with you. I jumped on the scales the other day and then I realized the busyness of the last few months just...
Did you say you dropped weight?
Yeah, like 15 pounds in the last 3 months.
That doesn't happen to me that easily. I don't accidentally lose weight. It takes so much focus.
So much focus.
Oh my God.
No, it's actually interesting because it's
Yeah.
like if you're focused on the things that you enjoy doing and why you're eating, and I've just not had the time to rebuild the muscle.
You're like, yeah, I forgot to eat today. I was so busy.
Well,
When I'm busy, I still stuff my face. I think I can eat through every emotion. I can eat when I'm upset, when I'm sad, when I'm happy. When I'm happy, I'm like, oh, you had such a good day. You need a little treat.
Yeah.
When I had a bad day, I'm like, you had such a bad day. You need a treat. But I've gotten better at it. This year I lost weight.
That's a really positive
Yeah.
mindset that you have there. It's very stable.
Thank you.
Consistent.
Yeah, emotional stability is one of my strong suits.
Yeah.
But no, this year I really have been much more consistent with eating well, and it's felt really good. And that's continued now for about 8 months without roller coastering.
Yeah, you look like you've leaned out a bit. It's
I
good.
have. I'm looking very fit.
Yeah.
Well, not comparatively for me, yes. All right, so I'm trying to hit some of these muscles on him. I'm massaging it as we joke around and talk, but you could feel some of these pressure points, right?
Oh my gosh, yeah, it feels great.
It's funny. I work on animals. I have a new YouTube channel called Animal Cracker, and I learn a lot about just releasing the muscles with the animals, and have to remind myself that applies to humans as well. My new animal channel, I work on horses, dogs, chickens, cows, goats, rabbits, pigs, and it's worth checking out if you can. Not you, I know you know about
No,
it,
it's
but
hilarious.
but
Yeah.
it's fun, right? To see just that. But it's funny because the more I work on animals, I feel like the more I understand how to work on humans, because the animals can't tell me what hurts, so I have to really observe and just watch for body language and cues that they give me, and that's really helped, and it's developed quite well. And then I bring that into the humans, where you can tell me my neck is tight today, but then I can also feel what your neck is trying to tell me. and that's what I learned from the animals. So I'm working on you as if you're a horse today.
No. Honestly, I've also seen that, like, some of the transition over 11 years of your growth as a chiropractor as well. It's really cool.
Okay, cool. Thank you. Yeah, I kind of keep studying. So like this technique that we're going to do today, cranial facial release. I just started learning this year. I just started learning a couple of months ago, and I'm still trying to be learning, and I'm on an educational journey to learn more and hopefully achieve a lot of ways that I can help people and animals. So I like that too. So we're going to do the Y strap next, okay? And we're going to get down to starting to adjust some things, and then we're going to move into the cranial facial release in a minute and give you some nice experiences, okay? So Ryan has always loved traction, and like I said before, he loved traction before I was even doing much of it in my office. He almost had to coach me in a good way. He'd say, remember, my neck needs this. So I think you were one of the early pioneers of traction, right? Don't you think, in a way?
Well, I think that's it. If you're listening to your body, you know what you need. You may not be able to administer the service, but you can hear what you need. And thank you for listening to me. Yeah.
But you always craved it almost, right?
Yeah,
Just crave that separation.
The C1, C2 would have a bit locked up.
So I'm first going to just stretch you for a little bit, okay? And just enjoy the stretch. So instead of me doing the Y strap right away and pulling, I'm going to just let him stretch against this. Do you feel like it's hitting your neck in a good spot? Here's one more stretch and then we'll begin.
Did you feel it go?
Yeah, it already popped.
Yeah.
So we're going to do one last, here we're going to do one this time. As you breathe, I'm going to do a thrust.
Yeah.
What'd you feel on that one, Ryan?
The release happened with the gentle stretch and the breath into it to release it together. Sometimes we need the yank, the aggressive pull, but this was great. Yeah, I felt it pop. Yeah, just thank you.
So let's do a little more that it's open now before I let it, compress again. Like life will do it when you get up and start walking around. No, let's do this. There it goes.
There we go.
I think that's the one we typically get on you, right?
Mm-hmm.
So scoot down towards me. Ooh, that was a good one. I can feel the weight difference. He's saying how he's experienced working with me for 11 years. I've worked with him, and he's always fit, but different types of fit. Like, I don't remember if it was the Scarlett Johansson movie, but you had to put on, weight. They wanted more weight on you, right?
30 pounds, yeah.
30 pounds. So he put on 30 pounds, but didn't get fat. You're right? Like, you still looked... Yeah, you were still cut at 30 pounds heavier, but how long did it take you to gain that much weight?
2.5 weeks. Yeah, we just went crazy. We went crazy.
How much weight did you gain?
27.5 pounds in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Right.
And then I went up from there a little bit.
Yeah. So people have to, here, look at me for a second. You have to see his Instagram because you'll see, and you can go scroll back. He has a lot of stuff on his Instagram, but you'll see some of his different, almost physique phases that he had to go through. And a lot of times it was because of work. The producers must have asked you, can you do it? And you're like, let's try.
Let's do it. Yeah.
Let's do it. And it's not fat weight. You have to see this. Yeah. And but then you might say, okay, now I need to carry less weight, or you got busy and the weight moves.
Yeah, and I think it's about finding what's really comfortable for your body, and that's it. And when we listen, that's when we know what we actually need. Yeah.
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 So please look, because you're gonna at his Instagram, because you're gonna see what I'm talking about. Here, turn this way, please. And now lie on your side. So we're gonna release the lower back next. And letting this go, blow out. All right, come the other side. Good breathing. I love the way you're breathing in. Got it. There we go. That was a good one. Good. All right. So put your legs out, and we're going to do a nice cranial facial release for you. The hardest part is actually just getting it to go back, and then it only takes about 1.5 to 2 seconds for the treatment. So I'm going to tilt this back down. And we can do both sides or one side. Typically we do both sides. I'm going to put this behind your head so your head can just kind of tilt a little bit. Is that comfortable enough?
Yeah.
All right. One of the things that the balloon does is it mobilizes the cranial bones. It releases direct pressure on the brain by having your bones squeezed so tight in your face. It relieves the dural meningeal tension, and the dura is like the sac or sheath on top of our brain and spinal cord. So it releases some of the pressure around that. And think of the casing on a hot dog being too tight. And we sometimes feel that way where, like our brain and our skull is just too tight. It definitely opens breathing passageways. It will facilitate sinus drainage, and some of the people that would come for something like this have breathing problems, migraine headaches, sinusitis, tinnitus, which is the sound in your ears, like the whooshing or ringing, vertigo, Bell's palsy, trigeminal neuralgia, sleep apnea, snoring, head trauma, and it helps a whole bunch of different things for people. But we don't really target curing any disease or ailment. Which is the more difficult nose to breathe out of?
Actually feels like the right one right now. So yeah, last week I went and they'd said I had a little bit of water in my ear.
Okay.
So.
All right, so here we go. I'm going to push this in, okay? Has to go around this little bend. You're a little blocked in there.
Yeah.
There it goes. Sorry. It's seated in nicely. Do you feel it fill a little bit? Okay, so when you're ready, I'm going to have you take a big breath and press your lips together. There it goes.
Holy mother freaker.
That was hard to break through. That was a bad side for you. Did you feel a crackle?
Wow, yeah, like 4 of them, man.
We had
That
a
was amazing.
microphone right in on your face, so we might be able to hear that when we when we play it back.
What the heck just happened?
Do you need to sit up for a little bit? Do you want a tissue?
A tissue would be great. That was insane. That was lovely. Lovely, insane.
Yours was very hard to get. Usually I can do it in 1 pump, sometimes 2. I did 3 or 4 pumps. I'll have to look back and count. Here's another tissue.
Wow.
But it kind of expands your face. There's 22 bones in the face with 64 articulations, meaning the way they jigsaw puzzle piece together, they can move. And over the years, some of these joints stop moving and puts a lot of pressure on our head. We don't feel like clear thinking. It can affect us emotionally, neurologically, depending on the person. You just don't feel like you can think as clear as a bell. And that was the big difference I noticed right away for me, was that I just felt like clear-headed.
Mm.
You want to do the other side?
Man, I'd love to, yeah.
This is like a COVID test on steroids.
All right. Is it? Is it filling a little bit?
Yeah.
Okay. So when you're ready, open your mouth and then close your lips and hold your breath. Oop, that one failed.
Oh my god. I felt it crack though.
It did crack?
Yeah. Yeah, it cracked.
So we should leave that one. Because it cracked, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wow.
The part that failed was it came back out.
Mate, the clarity on that is insane. The difference,
Yeah.
that's amazing. And I can feel it in the resonance in my voice as well. Like for singers, for actors, for anyone, like even communicators, like amazing.
It's intense.
Thank you. Yeah, it's intense,
but
but I
it's a
mean, it's
crazy
like
experience. Yeah.
it's like anything. Like
You even have a little dot of blood on your nose. So here, come sit up for a second. That happened to me the first 2 times. I've done this multiple times by now, and the first 2 times I got like a little touch of blood came out. Stuff like that doesn't bother me, but this obviously is not for everyone. But I wanted people to see this experience, and it's something that I get done to me, and it cleared my nasal passageway of 10 years blocked. Perfect. They're both good now. Here,
That
turn
was
this
great.
way and stand up and tell us a little bit more. Would you call it painful or just incredibly uncomfortable?
yeah, I'd say it's uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite uncomfortable. Like
Yeah.
I'm not gonna shoot.
I felt it was painful the first time I had it done
Really?
because they couldn't get it through. So the guy that teaches it, Dr. Adam Del Torto, was a doctor that retired that did this for 25 years.
Right.
And this other doctor was practicing on me. Well, you know, like trying to learn it, the technique, and my left side was like a brick wall.
Yeah.
So it kept popping out, like the balloon
Right.
just kept popping out.
Yeah.
So then Dr. Torto, who gets it done, he goes in and he's like, gush, 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 and it goes, whoop, bam, and it popped through the back.
Yeah, yeah.
And that hurt.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna lie, I felt like that was pretty intense, and that's the one that bled. But guess what? That's the one that freed me up.
Right.
And he said, "You want to take the day off?" I go, "No, let's just keep doing it because I wanted the other side done."
Yeah,
and there's
yeah.
actually 3 chambers on both sides,
Mm.
so I wound up wanting to get all my chambers done. So like if you came back and did it, we would do like the next level.
Right,
There's
right.
other pieces in there.
Right.
Yeah.
No,
so
that was amazing. I think it's like anything
yeah.
that's
So it hurt a
comfortable.
little bit, but
Yeah.
uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anything uncomfortable if you're breathing through it, and it's just
Yeah.
like life. You know? Stuff comes up. I was going to use the other S word, but stuff comes up, and
Yeah.
it's hard. But just breathe through it,
Yeah.
and we get through it. That's the best way through it. It was awesome.
All right.
For
So
round 2.
Ryan wanted to get that to break through, and so we're gonna just do one more. And it was this side, right?
Left side.
Yeah. All right, we're gonna try to get this one to go through. Big breath in and seal off when you're ready. There it goes through. That totally broke through. And that's gonna bleed again probably a little bit.
That was amazing.
That broke through.
Yeah, dude.
Good for you. I did the same thing when I was worked on.
There's a life lesson right there. Don't move away from the pain. Move into the pain.
Yeah. Say that one more time, because did you feel how it went to the back and broke through the last wall? There was a last wall there. So what happened the first time is we hit it into that last wall and it ballooned back out again.
Yeah.
And it still crackled. So he got some treatment. We could have quit there. But the cool thing is there's another layer that you blast through and it goes boom and expands in the back. You'll feel a balloon into your throat.
No, it was into my throat. Yeah, that's what I felt.
But it goes all the way through and you hear more crackling, right?
Yeah,
More movement.
Wow. And there's 2 chambers that come into the back of the throat?
Well,
Because I only felt it on the left side to the throat.
Well, the left one I did, or the left one, the one we just did, I did one extra pump which blew it up because I just wanted to make sure, since you're doing a second time, that we just finished it.
Yeah. No, I feel it in my throat, and it's.
Now sometimes you'll feel achy in the teeth.
Yeah,
it moves everything.
Moves everything. Yeah. Wow, dude. Yeah, round 2.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was good.
Well, yeah.
All right, so that's what we did. He was on his way out. And he goes, you know what? We should just finish. Let's finish it. Let's just go get it.
You gotta move into the pain. Don't
All right.
run from it. Go into it.
Man, good stuff. Good stuff. Okay, so when you're ready, I'm gonna have you take a big breath and press your lips together. There it goes.
Holy mother freaker.